Alrighty people, I'm back again. You can hear the background noises because it's raining a shit ton at the minute. But today I'm going to be talking about this, the Ijoy Limitless XL. I believe that's what it's called anyway. And currently, it works like a fucking charm. At the minute. See, I don't know whether it's a problem with all of them. I don't know whether it's a problem with just mine. But the pin at the bottom, it works similar to a floating pin. The actual 510 pin. It's just a rod, I don't know what it's made out of, I think it's brass, held in by the insulator. And I don't know whether it's that that's causing the problem, or it's something to do with the single coil deck that's in here. But for some reason, every so often, I get atomizer short. I don't know whether that's to do with the mod, the atomizer, the deck, whatever. It was doing it on my other mod. Well, this isn't mine, I'm borrowing off my other half. It was doing it on my relay with the stock coils for this. The stock coils are brilliant. I mean, they've even got the light up gimmick. I say gimmick because that's all it really is. Doesn't really give you anything towards flavour or anything. It's just, hey, the thing lights up. Woo! But this is currently a single coil with the actual coil that came with it, which looks like a fuse Clapton with a spaced flat wire wrap around it, which is interesting, and it looks cool, and it works really fucking well. Because it's the single coil deck that I've got on here. And that's at 80 watts. That's good. You get a dual coil deck that comes with it. That comes with a set of fuse Claptons in there. Haven't tried that one yet. I would assume it would be just as good as the single coil deck. But the single coil deck is 2 posts, and they have screws that go down and clamp onto your wires downwards. So there's like a C shape for the post, and you've got a screw that goes through the top of the C, and that works really well. Mine, one of the C's looks as if it's twisted, so it's going against the insulator, so it's almost touching the deck, and I don't know whether it's a problem with just mine or problem with the whole thing manufactured or anything. I don't know. The dual coil is a regular standard velocity style deck, I believe. I haven't had a proper look at it, but I think it is. And the stock coils are, well, the one that came with it was a quad coil, and it was fucking gorgeous whilst I was using it. I mean, I had to stop using it for a while due to not having a regulated mod to use it on, but I managed to nab one off my other half, as I said. And at the moment, single coil, working fucking beautifully. The stock coil I had to get rid of because the juice that was in it had gotten old, so it had stained the cotton. It pretty much destroyed the cotton in it, so I had to get rid of that. I tried using it, tried drying it off a bit, tried all that, and it just wasn't working, so I got rid of it. It was a gimmick that had lit up anyway, so I don't really care. But these stock coils, it's a rebuildable deck, as I say, and you get 2 of them, single coil, dual coil, and it works absolutely beautifully. You can buy stock coils for them, they just screw into the base. And as I say, there's a floating pin, so you screw them in and the pin adjusts and you can throw them on any mod and la-di-blah-di-blah and all that jazz and schmucky shit. And it's a tank. It's a rebuildable tank, as well as being a sub-ohm tank, as well as being a fucking wide bore cunt. Fucking hell, I reckon you can see right down to the coil in there. Oh, I've gone orange. That's weird. Fix that. There we go. But the coils themselves work like a beast. The ones that come with it, as I say, this is the coil that came with the single coil deck. Got to wick them right, because I did originally wick this incorrectly. I had too much wick, and it gave me a dry hit, which sucked. That was horrible. So I pulled it out, re-wicked it, and when it's in, and you want to rebuild it, bit of a pain in the ass, because you got to get the juice below a certain point before you can actually take the coil out. Because just turning upside down and taking the coil out won't work, because they didn't think that one, and because of the design, it just doesn't work. But hey, that's the only real con I can think of with this, because I mean, it works like a fucking beauty. So Ijoy's been coming out with some real fucking good shit recently, and honestly, this is one of them. So many people I've spoken to who have these say they're fucking beautiful. They couldn't go wrong with them. Have I got a speck of dirt on my camera? I think I have a speck of dirt on my camera, if you can see that. Just there. Oh well. But yeah, as I say, most people who have bought Ijoy products have, if they haven't liked it, they've sent a review into the company, and Ijoy have come out with a new product which basically fixes it. Like the Ijoy Limitless RDTA. The original one, a lot of people had a couple of problems with that. So they spoke to the manufacturer and they got the Ijoy Limitless Plus. Then they got the combo. Those three are pretty much exactly the same, just with minute differences. The combo is incredibly different because you have so many different decks. And in all honesty, that would be an interesting one for me to get my hands on, because I quite like that sort of thing. But it's quite interesting. I mean, the new one that's just come out, which I really want to get my hands on, is a Vaping with Twisted 420 collaboration between Ijoy and Vaping Twisted 420 and Heaven's Gift, that website. They collaborated and created the RDTA box, which has got basically the RDTA combo deck attached to a fuck off reservoir and a 200 watt dual 18650 box, all as one piece. Now I can see where that might go wrong, but from the looks of it, it's pretty fucking well made. But hey, we're here to talk about this. There's not really much else I can say about it, because I've just said it's a rebuildable sub-ohm tank which you can use stock coils with, and it works like a fucking dream, and it's got a huge wide bore drip tip, and it comes with a 510 drip tip adapter. Doesn't come with any 510 drip tips, which is fine, because most people have their own from previous atomizers and all that. But it's got a nice protrudy 510, and that works pretty well. I've got the black and gold version. You can get it in silver, and I think it's and that silver version I think is still silver and gold, because this little thing in here, the cage for the coils, comes in gold, I think, for both colours, which is fine. Looks cool. When it comes to lip crud, this drip tip, it's a fucking magnet for lip crud, so that's going to be a pain in the ass to keep clean. As I say, this tank, whether you got the stock coils in or the rebuildable ones, it's meant for the high wattage. I mean, I could take this up to, I'm actually going to take this up to 100 right now for you guys, for the very few people that actually watch these, because fucking go, oh there we go, because I don't have many viewers. I don't expect to. I'm only just starting out. Well, I say I'm only just starting out, but 100 watts. I'm not going to vape it at 100 watts because I quite like it at 80. But it can do that. And the stock coils, I was running that at 120. Exactly. They run very nicely. And I'm impressed with the single coil abilities of this one. Because I'm not usually one for single coils, I usually go dual coil. Like with my limitless RDTA Plus. I've got not parallel, just dual aliens in that. 8 wraps of alien wire in a dual core configuration, and it works fucking beautiful. It's on a series mod as well, so it's not that low ohm. It's quite nice. For this, clouds bro clouds. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about this. It's one you probably want to get, in all honesty, if you want a sub-ohm tank that you can take pretty much anywhere. And you don't want the complication of rebuilding, but you have the option there. You can use stock coils, you can use the rebuildable coils, which you just pull the bottom out and rewick, or rebuild if you want to, and boom, you're away to go. I will say it's a juice guzzler. That's one thing I will say. It does guzzle juice. But it's great. I think it was only about 40 quid. So not especially expensive, but none of the Ijoy stuff is especially expensive. I mean, I just looked up the RDTA box. It was about 60 quid for a box with a built-in atomizer. That's pretty cheap. But this, as I say, about 30 quid. And it works fucking beautifully. I am Sky, I'm the Vaping Viking, and hopefully you'll have enjoyed this review. I'll see you when I see you. And if I don't see you then, I'll see you in the halls of Valhalla.